everybody, bienvenido. Welcome to this episode of Live from the Hombre Cave. I know it's been a little while since I've been on live, and I apologize for that, but you know, I had to take care of some family stuff, and family comes first, and I'm pretty sure most of you understand, as many of you sent me notes and stuff, which I greatly appreciate, checking in on me and seeing how things are going on. Things are good now, so we're going to go back to our regular scheduled programming. You'll be seeing me more often. We're going to do some more interesting programming stuff that I had some ideas about that'll be kind of fun for everybody. I was thinking maybe too of changing the nights. We can still, with Tuesday at 7, I think works for everybody. How about, what do you guys think about doing Thursday at 7 instead of Friday at 7? Does Thursday work better for everybody? More so than Friday, or should we keep it on Friday? I want to get a consensus on this. Some people have said that they'd like to have it on Thursday rather than on Friday. So if Thursday works better, we can change it to Thursday night at 7 and go from there. So let's check in. We'll let you guys answer on the chat whether you want Thursday or Friday. Let me know what night works best, and then we'll go through and say hello to everybody here that's here, of course, since we do that. Buenas noches, hombre. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Scott. Glad you can make it. Bienvenido. Chris. Hey, bro. How you doing? Good, bro. How are you? How are things in Massachusetts? JCS Guitar. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Bienvenido. Welcome. Jan Nissen. Hey, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. I hope you're doing great, Jan. And thanks for stopping by. Bienvenido. Welcome. Scott, you got tasting notes and stuff. Well, the question we want to know is whether you liked it or not. I think that's the only thing we really need to know for sure. Beyond Barrels. Bienvenido. Welcome. Hey, Chris. How are you? Glad you can make it. Hey, Quicksilver 1934. Hey, ready for another great live? I'm ready for another great live stream too. So, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. Thursday's good for Jan. Okay, great. JCS is either works for him. Chris says I have no life. I'm down for whatever works best for you and everyone else. Okay. Scott says Thursday, please. Okay. Hey, Winfred, bienvenido. Glad you can make it. Glad to see all my friends here showing up. All of our great Hombre Cave and Tequila Hombre viewers. Love you guys and appreciate you. And if I don't say that enough, then let me say it. I do appreciate you guys. I really do. Appreciate all of you that are supporting the channel, and appreciate those of you that are members of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective too. Quicksilver says Thursdays. Okay, why don't we move it Thursdays at 7 then? So we'll do Tuesdays at 7 and Thursdays at 7. Because we're going to start a new series and go from there. So you didn't like it. Okay, it's an acquired taste, but don't be afraid to go back and revisit it. Because you may end up finding out that you do like it after a couple of times going back and revisiting. So, but I know you only gave you small samples, so I don't have that much to go back and revisit. But don't give up on mezcals and stuff just after the first taste, because they're different. They're not like your normal tequila. It's a different thing, different flavor profile. So some of the things we're going to go over tonight a little bit, we can start talking about right now, is we did a review of the Luna Nueva tequila line out of 1414. It's a good line. It's a good line. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend picking up any of the expressions they have. They're good. They're tasty, really enjoyable, and it's additive free, good stuff from Vivanco and Associates, my friend Sergio Cruz. Hey, Al Martinez. Hola, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. Also, we did the review of the El Luchador Añejo. Amazing stuff. Oh my God, so good. One of my top añejos now. I wouldn't put it above the Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep, but it's right there with it. They're both amazing añejos. I definitely recommend, if you haven't grabbed a bottle, grab a bottle or two. It's really good. And then also for those of you that haven't purchased anything from Ferment and Still yet, we did arrange a new shipping agreement with our shipping provider, where now everything that we ship is $14.99. So no matter how much you buy, it's $14.99, and that includes the adult signature. So basically, it's like $9.99 shipping with $5 adult signature required thing added to it. So it's $14.99 shipping. So you buy whatever you want, and it's going to be $14.99. So start ordering stuff, stock up. It's a good price. I don't know how long we're able to keep it that way, but right now we negotiated where that's going to be the price. So we'll see. Hopefully that won't change. But if you have been looking at some things or thinking about ordering, get your orders in so you can take care of that. Take advantage of that really good price of $14.99 for shipping. Good stuff. All right, so what else? A Luchador, Luna Nueva. I did another one too, didn't I? The Nuevo Uno Añejo, the regular Añejo. I like it. It's good. It's not as good as the Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep, but it's really good. I still enjoy it. I'll drink both of them. Once the Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep's gone, I'll buy the regular Nuevo Uno Añejo. It's good. Went shopping for a Luchador Añejo, unfortunately not in stock, so I got the Repo. Well, you should order the Luchador Añejo from fermentandstill.com. You can get them there. Order directly. You don't have to buy it at the store. Order it online and have it shipped directly to you. We have it in stock at fermentandstill.com. So you don't have to go looking for stuff. You just can. Anytime I find something I like, we get it from Ferment and Still. So I work hard to do that, track it down and make sure we can get it. So you guys, what use in talking about stuff when the people that you're telling about it can't get it? I mean, that's my philosophy. I don't know if you guys believe the same thing or not, but it's like, why review stuff and why tell everybody about how good something is and then not have a way for them to get it? It's like, what, are you teasing me? It's like whenever I see some of these guys that do reviews of stuff that's like no longer being made, it's like, oh, this stuff is so delicious, it's no longer made and you can't get it anymore, but it's so good. It's like, okay, yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to take your word on it because I can't get it, and I'm not gonna pay some gray market guy extra money to try to buy a bottle so I could try. It's like, what good does that do? Why would you do that? I mean, are you advertising for the gray market, aftermarket sellers that mark the prices up on everything? So it's like, that's, crazy. So I bought El Luchador Tequila Ocho Widow Jane for $60. Yeah, that's a good price. Sure. That is a good price. All right, so tonight I'm going to be drinking some special stuff. Chris Berardi from Massachusetts sent me some bottles of his aging stuff. So I've got, this is an Irish whiskey. I think he sent this so I could reference what the flavor of the Irish whiskey is like. So just to get my palate used to higher proof alcohol, I'm going to take just a swig of this and see what we get on the Irish whiskey. But I've got this big thing now of Irish whiskey, which I don't know. I might talk Irish afterwards. Top of the morning to you. Oh. Aye, that's good stuff. I could pour a pint of this. Oh, you're a good lad for sending this. Sorry. It's a weak Irish accent. I'm better with the Scottish. With Scottish, it's like, if it's not Scottish, it's crap. Look at the size of your head. Your big, huge cranium. It's like an orange on a toothpick. It's good Irish whiskey. All right. Definitely heavy on the oak on that. Wow. So with that kind of stuff, you got to be careful because you're adding that much heavy oak flavor onto oak that's going into oaking a Fortaleza Blanco. So let's see what we got here. This was aged for 6 days. Oh, you put it in the whiskey for 6 days, and then it went into the Fortaleza for 4 weeks. Just about 4 weeks. So, I'm looking forward to drinking. Top of the morning to you. All right, so let's see what we got here. This is a Fortaleza. He used a French oak number 3 toast. I keep seeing people talking about number 3 char. It's not a number 3 char. It's a toast. Difference is with a char, you're putting flame on the wood. You're flaming the wood. With a toast, you're not flaming the wood. It's not burning it at all. Char is the actual burning. All right, so this is French oak number 3 toast with after it's been soaked in Glendalough double barrel. So let's see how Chris did here. It smells good. Let me see. There's some questions going on here. Let me take care of this. It's like living in Mass. We can't get so many. Okay. When is El Tesoro Repo single barrel coming? It's coming. It's we're waiting. It's coming. They actually had an accident at the distillery, and our single barrel was trashed. So we're not getting the actual single barrel we picked, but instead we're getting one out of Carlos's private reserve, which is interesting. So I'm looking forward to tasting that, because this is like stuff that he wasn't offering to for the single barrel program. It was stuff for his own private collection, but we're getting the barrel because something happened and they trashed our barrel, which is kind of really weird and different. But it's going to be probably a couple months now since the accident. Anything out there on the market? No, of course not. Diablito Rojo's it, man. Is a double barrel aged whiskey, bourbon barrel, and Oloroso sherry. Oh, okay. All right, so let's taste it now. Well, let's see. The peaky effing tequilas. Okay. Right on, bro. All right. I put the stave in for a week and then in the photo. Okay, good. All right, now we're all caught up. All right, so let's see what we get here. Good. Yeah, that's good. Definitely getting the whiskey, Irish whiskey definitely comes through on it. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting flavor combination. I'm definitely picking up more from the whiskey than I am, though, from the French oak. It's different. It's different. It's good. It's a little bit on the bitter side with some of the double barrel whiskey notes that are coming from the bourbon, the Irish whiskey. It's definitely good, though. It's definitely good. If you like the Irish whiskey, I mean, the Irish whiskey is definitely present in this. So I don't see anything wrong with it. It's good. I'd enjoy it. Hopefully you're enjoying it. So Awesome sound. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. I can't wait to get it. It's like, ooh, from Carlos's private reserve. And when we talk about his private reserve, you get some really interesting stuff in there. So that's good. I thought it would have a stronger whiskey taste. I'm glad it didn't overpower the Fortaleza. Yeah, no, it still has a strong whiskey taste. But I don't think it overpowers the Fortaleza. It's super oaky. It really is. I'm getting more of the oak from the whiskey than I am from the French oak. There's definitely not a lot of French oak in that at all. It's definitely heavy on the whiskey American oak, and you can tell the oak that they used for the whiskey definitely was charred. And definitely wasn't like as good a quality wood as the stave that you use. Because you're definitely getting some bitter tannins coming from it, and you don't normally get like the bitter tannins from the staves because of how good a quality wood it is. But I'm definitely picking up some like really bitter oak tannins from that Irish whiskey in your Fortaleza. So the whiskey is still presenting. It's still there. All right. So, was this Irish whiskey maybe a good stronger whiskey taste? No, sorry. Irish whiskey might be a good seasoning for a super oily tequila. I wouldn't even say super oily tequila. I would say in the future, if you do Irish whiskey, I wouldn't put the stave in for a week. Give it overnight. Give it 12 hours overnight. And don't put so much, don't put a lot of it in. Just fill up a little bit in the bag. Just let it get a little bit of the flavor, because it's this super strong flavor, and it's super present in that Fortaleza. More so, for me, it's overpowering the French oak. So just so you know, just my thoughts, my opinion. All right, so the other one that we have is G4 Blanco, the French oak number 3. This looks like a month with the French oak. Some people were a little unhappy that I used Fortaleza for it. I think if I put the stave in the Fortaleza first for a week, then into the whiskey for a week, then back to Fortaleza, it would definitely have more of the French oak showing than the oak from the whiskey, but I wouldn't put it for a week in the Irish whiskey. That's too long. Don't do it for a week. There's too much oak in that Irish whiskey. I would put it in for for 12 hours overnight, and that just put it in it like right before you go to bed. In the morning when you wake up, take it out and drop it in, and don't just put a little bit in a plastic bag. You don't need a whole lot, because of how strong the oak notes are on the Irish whiskey. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot at all. So as I say, the only whiskey I know of that uses wood as good as I use is Colonel A. Taylor's seasoned oak, and some secret Jack Daniels that they don't talk about. Okay. It's either Colonel A. Taylor seasoned or cured oak. I can't remember. Okay. Yeah, the bitter tannins are showing up in that, so I definitely think it's from the charring and stuff. But I wouldn't season it so long. A week is, I think, is too long. You're getting too much of the Irish whiskey in there, where it's overpowering stuff with how strong that oak is on that Irish whiskey. All right, so this is G4 Blanco. I wouldn't worry about what other people say about using Fortaleza, though. I mean, don't worry about that. There's a bunch of jerks out there, idiots, that have lots of opinions but aren't doing stuff themselves. So don't worry about them. Just tell them to pound sand. That's what I do. Okay, good to know. The whiskey after I took the stave out was insanely. Oh yeah, I'm sure. But it's incredibly oaky. right now, and I know it's not I know the French oak flavor, and I don't get any of the beautiful French oak flavor that I'm getting mostly the Irish whiskey oak flavor in that. So what you might want to do is grab another French oak stave, a new one, and drop it in the Fortaleza and let it go for 3 or 4 weeks to get some more of that French oak flavor notes showing up in it. That's what I would do probably. All right, so the G4 with the French oak number 3 toast. That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, I could drink this. I could drink this all night long. This is good. Good job on this one. I think you did a great job on monitoring it and pulling out the stave at the right time. You pour this for anybody and they're gonna love it. It's great. You did a good job on this. Congratulations. Good stuff. Salute. Thanks for sharing it with me. I appreciate it. That's good. This bottle is not going to last. It's not going to last very long. I'll drink the rest of this probably tonight with a cigar. All right. Yeah, try that out. Yeah, definitely. Get some more of that beautiful French oak notes in there. This is good. The G4 is great. Good job. I love it. And I think if you shared this with the people, you didn't tell them that you aged it them yourself, they'd go, wow, that is really good. Añejo. Which one is it? When you let them know you made it, I think it's going to blow people's minds. Oh yeah, see, the G4 is awesome. We finished off both bottles on Sunday. It turned out really great. Yeah, this is good. Now you can take that bottle, since you only did a month, right? Take that stave and reuse it again and give it 6 weeks this time, or 6 to 8 weeks. And it should be really good too. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. No, this is good stuff. I always love when people share stuff with me, and whether you're a brand or whether you're a home ager or whatever, I'll give you my honest and truthful opinion. Glad to help. So, hey, Frankish, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you could make it. Always good to see Frankish. All right, so there's an idea that I came up with that I want to talk to you guys about. We're going to do a new series here on the Hombre Cave. Oh wait, Chris commented here. Let's see. Always leave the fact that you aged it yourself until after they floored by exactly, and then tell them how you did it, and then share. They can buy the staves and do it themselves. So. I have some tequila aging now with a French oak and one with sherry. Oh, nice. And you guys, be careful what groups you join on Facebook too. There's a couple of aging groups. One of them is mine, which I don't really do anything with it anymore because I give you guys all the information, and we have a better community here on YouTube on the Hombre Cave channel. But there's another one that is out there that will load you up with a bunch of misinformation and bad information. They like to use barrels, the little barrels, which is crappy wood. It never turns out good. And they do this thing where they have to cycle it out of the barrel and into a jar and then back into and it's like a whole bunch of. And when I first was in the group originally, I was looking at this going, what you'd have to do. And so I asked a mastered aging barrel ager in Mexico. I go, do you guys ever cycle tequila out of a barrel? And they're like, oh, hell no, we can't do that. The CRT puts a label on the barrel, and we can't take it out of the barrel until it is, until we're ready to go. But he says, yeah, there's no cycling stuff out of a barrel and putting new tequila in the barrel. They do all this stuff, and it's just a bunch of garbage. So don't get caught up in this stuff, and don't get caught up buying the cheap personal barrels, because while they're cool looking and to sit on your bar and stuff, if you're looking at to age tequilas with it, it doesn't work. It works good for cocktails because they just char the crap out of the inside of it of dead wood that was used for tequila barrels, but has no more good stuff in them anymore. They just burn it, so it adds a smoky flavor to it. But that's about it. It doesn't add anything else. And the barrel, I've had 6 barrels. I had a 5-gallon, I had a 3-liter, I had a 5-liter, I had a 2-liter, and a 1.5-liter barrel. And I tried aging with them. I tried all different kinds of things to try to make this stuff come out good, but nothing ever came out tasting good. Always had this bitter tannins to it, this oaky bitterness that wasn't really good. The staves, by far, the aging staves from Beyond Barrel, by far the best aging apparatuses that I've yet to find. And that's why we stick exclusive with that, because I know if I recommend it and you guys use the Beyond Barrel aging staves, you're going to get great results like Chris did with his G4 French oak aged tequila right here, which is phenomenal. So, Chris, great job. Really good stuff. I have some Teralt aging now with a French oak and one with... Oh, nice. Teralt is good. Yes, he invited me in, but hasn't accepted me yet. Once they do, I'll drop your aging videos. There you go. That'll really piss them off. They don't like me at all. Because I was telling them they were full of crap, when they were posting stuff and saying that it doesn't turn out good, and they should use this instead and try this, and then they would just shut me off and mute me and stuff until they finally booted me because I was given better information than they would, and they said I was getting too much attention. So, hey, if they won't tell you how long the wood was open air season for, you don't want it. Yep, barrels or no barrel, that's like buying a steak labeled beef. Exactly. So, and most of the ones, these barrels that the small personal barrels, they're not new wood, so they won't even say it's open air season, because they buy what these little barrel companies do. That sells little barrels. You can get your name engraved and stuff in them. They buy used tequila barrels that are depleted from the tequila distilleries for cheap. And then what they do is they tear them apart, and then they sand down all the staves in it, sand it all down, get all the nastiness off the front of the wood. They're depleted. There's nothing left in those barrels. But then what they do is they char them, make them look pretty, and then they stain the outside, and then they seal them up and bend them so they're new, smaller barrels. And so out of one big barrel, they could probably make 2 or 3 little barrels. And then they make the little barrels, and then they sell them to you for $30 or $40. They paid $10 for the used depleted barrel that they didn't want anymore in Mexico. So they make, $50-$60 off each barrel that they put together, and it's a big scam. And I wouldn't use those barrels for anything. They're not good. So then they won't like me either. Yeah, they won't. You'll find out quick. They'll be like, well, all right, just getting in and able to join up. What's the tonight? We're talking about our aging projects. Chris Berardi sent me a couple of his aging projects. G4 Blanco aged with a French oak number 3 stave, which turned out phenomenal. This is really good. I'm going to drink the rest of that. And then he did another one, a Fortaleza Blanco used with French oak number 3 stave. And then had it pre-seasoned in some Glendalough double barrel Irish whiskey. And so I gave him some feedback on that and some ways to make it better. And now we're going to talk about some interesting series that I'm thinking of doing. One of the things that I've had people ask about, both on the Discord and through messages and stuff, a lot of times people say, well, I can't get the same flavors you do, and I want to learn more about, how to do that. And other people that are like, well, when I try mezcal, all I get is a peaty smokiness. I don't get, any other flavor notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series, and we're going to do a regular series, and we're going to do it on developing your palate. So what I was thinking is I'll do a main video on the YouTube, on the Tequila Hombre channel, on developing your palate, talk a little bit about that. But then what we'll do is we're going to do a group master class on developing your palate and tasting here on the Tequila Hombre channel. It's going to be free to do. The only thing we're going to do is each week we're going to pick a tequila or a mezcal, and we're going to do a group tasting with it. So I'll have some, you guys have some together, and we're going to work on developing our palates a little bit so we can kind of taste different notes and taste through things and get a better understanding of how to develop your palate and how to look for things and how to taste properly. So if you want to pick out the nuances, you can. And if you don't, if you just want to watch and say, hey, what a bunch of turds or whatever, and while you're drinking whatever tequila or mezcal, that's fine too. You can do that. People call me a turd all the time. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I thought it would be good for educational piece to do on developing your palates. And then we'll do a group tasting where we all taste the same thing. I can say G4 Blanco, everyone gets a G4 Blanco, and then we can kind of taste through it, talk about it, and work on developing our palates together. And every week we'll pick a different tequila or mezcal or something, and that way we can kind of advance your palates and stuff together. And then if you guys have questions while we're doing it, we can address the questions and get us some serious training. What do you guys think about doing something like that? Does that sound like something that you guys would be interested in doing? Kind of a master class in developing your palate? Catching up to the stream as someone on the East Coast, $15 ship is nice. Okay, cool. It's really nice. It turned out really good. That sounds awesome. I only had 4 mezcal so far. I haven't found the right one yet. That's fine. Sounds like fun. Okay, good. That sounds great. Can you decide on the agave spirits in advance? Yes, absolutely. We'll pick them in advance, and that way everybody can place their order and stuff. That's going to be awesome. Cole Center says, and Cole, I will get your aging samples out to you. Sorry, I didn't get them out sooner. I think Brian, I owe you your aging samples too. I'll get those out. I'll try to get them out this week. So I apologize. I've just been busy with family stuff and be able to get them out. Great idea. Can't wait. Okay, great. Count me in too for Brian. Great. Winfred says sounds cool. Awesome. We'll recruit more people too. We'll get a bunch of people doing it. I think it'll be a great group project. So I'm going to do I'll do a video on the Tequila Hombre channel first to try to draw more people in here, and then we'll start with with a general palette development class here, and then we can all decide on what we want to do as our first tequila sampling. Okay, and we'll talk about that. All right. Sounds good. You guys are excited about that. It looks like most people are excited about it, which is good. I like that. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Life. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. No worries. Okay, good. Yeah. I'll get him. I promise I'll get him out to you guys. I always am big about doing that. So, all right. So good. That's good. So we'll plan on, a couple of weeks or whatever. I'll do the, I'll try to get the first video done this weekend, maybe, for the Tequila Hombre channel. And we'll start the masterclass, shortly after that. But we'll start it first with just developing the palate thing before we start diving into tequila. So we'll give you time to place an order for Ferment and Still if you want to order it online or to go to the store and get whatever it is that we're going to be talking about. And then we can actually revisit it too, because sometimes you'll need to revisit, and you'll see what I mean as we go through the masterclass for developing our palate. All right. So this is going to be fun. It'll be really cool. I think everyone's going to be looking forward to the next class when we're doing this. So should we pick a separate day for the masterclass, or should we just do it on on Tuesday or Thursday of a week. Should we do like a masterclass Wednesday, or just keep it Tuesdays, Thursdays? I don't want you guys getting too much of the hombre. Masterclass, please start with Carrera Blanca. Okay, that could be. We could start with Carrera. Have you ordered the Carrera yet, Scott? Have you ordered it? You don't like it or what? That kind of gives me an idea like he doesn't like it or doesn't see what the hype is about it. I don't know. We'll see. Not everybody's going to like everything. We all have different tastes, so if he doesn't like the Carrera Blanco, that's fine. You don't have to like it. I love it. I love it, and we can go over. If you guys want to do start with the Carrera Blanco, we can do that. Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, keep it Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. If you could ever give a couple of bottles or a list of what we're going to do up front in case I have to order it. Takes like 2 weeks if I have to get some. Okay, that's fine. We'll give you plenty of time. Luchador Nieja. Well, yeah, that might be in there. Your third bottle of Carrera is arriving tomorrow. Nice. Yeah. It's funny because people are like, after they try it, they keep coming back going, oh my God, you were so right. This stuff goes down so good and it tastes so good. I can't help but polish a bottle off, after I open it. It's like, it's so good. So yeah, definitely need some okay, that's no problem. I still haven't been able to get the company to come in and sell us Carrera Blanco yet, but it's probably an old batch. It's distributed by a very small distributor. Yeah, probably. We finally got Lala, Massachusetts. Fantastic. Yeah, I saw your posting in the for those of you that don't know, on Facebook, I do run the Tequila University Facebook group. So, and Chris is in there, so that's my group. It's a great group. But you didn't know that Lala was a member of the group, and so I just I haven't talked to him in a long time. But if you do, if you go back on the archives of the Tequila Hombre channel, you'll see I had him on for a live stream, and he's a good friend of mine. When I went to Mexico one time, he was supposed to join us to go visit a bunch of distillers because he hasn't met a bunch of the master distillers yet, and he wasn't able to, though. He ended up flying here to California when I was going to Mexico, so we kind of just crossed paths. But for my birthday last year, he gave me a bottle. I have the only bottle of 110 proof Lalo from the new distillery in existence right now. So I'm going to do a review of that on the Tequila Hombre channel, and I may give away samples here for the people that might be interested in trying a 110 proof Lala. But I have the only bottle in existence, and it's because we have such good friends. I helped them kind of really blow that brand up with my review and getting people talking about it. And there's a few brands that are like that I helped kind of blow up by getting the word out about them. Small brands like Cascanes, Carrera, Lalo, Nuevo Uno. No one's ever heard of that until I start talking about it. There's a few that I really helped them in getting the word out, and that's one of the things I really like doing. So, was it a masterclass Tuesday? Should we do it on Tuesdays? 3 cases I've gone through. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, good. It's the best. Okay, good. I'm glad you're liking it. I got a bottle of Lalo at Chris. Oh, okay. I got a bottle of Lalo at Chris. He is a nice guy, such a nice guy. He signed a few bottles for us and had a drink with us while we told us about his. Oh, nice. Oh, Christmas. Wasn't a huge fan, but maybe wasn't appreciating everything about it. Okay. Yeah, Lalo's good. I mean, it's good. Lalo, for me, every time I open a bottle, it's half gone. It's automatically half gone. I don't know what's going on. I look at it, and it's half of it's gone. It's good. It drinks so easy. Love the palate masterclass. Okay, good. So we're going to talk about that. We'll start with stuff like that first. So it'll be cool. We're going to have fun. I told them I found out about Lalo from your YouTube channel, and we've been dying for it to get here. You haven't recommended it. You haven't liked. Oh, nice. Good. So you told them you heard about it from the Hombre. Oh, nice. He probably went, oh yeah, Tequila Hombre, he's a good friend of mine. Lalo and I had lunch with him when I was in Dallas, Texas. We had lunch. It was just him, myself, and the guy that was helping him get it into the distributor. The three of us, we spent probably an hour and a half, 2 hours having lunch together, talking. It was great. It was a lot of fun, and we've really kind of became good friends. And I always try to help him when I can, and that's why I made a comment that, it's been too long since I've heard from him. Because occasionally he'll drop me a note and say, hey, Hombre, how's it going? We'll kind of catch up on things. Or hey, I'm coming to California. And I try to meet up with him when I can. So, but that's awesome that you told him you learned about it from the Tequila Hombre channel. That's good. Let him know that I'm working for him still, All right. So, the masterclass is going to be really cool, you guys. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And I may bring some guests in that are experts in developing palettes and stuff. I'll see if I can get some to come on. It's probably going to be one of the most informational, educational series ever done on tequila and developing a palette on any YouTube channel ever. It's gonna be a game changer. It really is. And we're going to develop an army of very good tequila tasting connoisseurs that will be able to taste an additive free tequila a mile away, and as well as an additive laced tequila a mile away. You guys, we're gonna get you guys, so you're gonna be my tasting army. I may start having you guys do reviews for the Tequila Hombre channel as sub reviewers. How about that? That would be cool, right? Your interview with Lalo is what sold me on getting a couple. Oh, nice. So you saw the interview. It was a great interview, right? We had a lot of fun. Yeah, and he promised me that for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, we would get the 110 proof Lalo. So he promised me. I'm going to hold him to it. So if you like the regular Lalo and want to get in on 110 proof Lalo, the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective membership is the place to be, because he said he would do an exclusive batch for us. So. And he promised it on there. So I keep saying, hey, when are we going to get 110 proof Lalo? And he's like, oh, we're trying to finish getting Lalo across the country first. But once we do that, then we can talk. I'm like, okay. So I keep bothering him. Yes, Hombre soldiers. My Hombre tasting army. I should do like a t-shirt on the Teespring thing for like the Hombre army or something. That would really piss a lot of people off. If you guys want to know how to piss a lot of people off, some people off, is go into some other Facebook groups and say that you're a big fan of the Tequila Hombre and listen to some of the stuff they say about me. It's amazing. I do have my haters. And you know what they say, though? If you're doing things right, you will get your haters. And I definitely have my haters. Because everything that they told me that I couldn't do, I've done and exceeded it. And so it drives them crazy. It drives them mad. That's one of the things that, if you really want to piss somebody off, is when they tell you could never do it and it'll never happen, make it happen, and then they will get so angry. It's so enjoyable to watch. And then you get to live rent-free in people's heads forever. And that's amazing too. So, But you'll find out I do have my haters. So don't, if you talk about me in some other groups, people be like, oh, he's a fraud. He scams people from his barrels. It's like, yeah, everyone's ordered theirs and gotten their stuff. Ferment and still is a scam. You'll place an order, you'll never get your bottles. It's like, oh, everyone gets their bottles every day. So, ooh, I like that. Ombrigade. I like that. That's good. I may have to do Ombrigade. We'll do Ombrigade instead of Ombrigade. Ombrigade. T-shirts, right? The Ombrigade tasting. It's the tasting. Ombrigade tasting army. So, totally looking forward to it. Okay, cool. Let's do it. We're all in. It's going to be a great year this year, you guys. We're going to have so much fun in the next few weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are. So, some things coming up. We're going to do some other reviews on the Tequila Hombre channel. We're going to do the Viva Mexico Extra Neo, which is only 50 bottles made. And you can still get it. It's only 50 bottles made, but you can still buy it in Mexico. It's not in the United States. I'm going to do Siete Legua Single Barrel Extra Neo as well review. I've got a Racia supposedly sent on the way that I'll do a review on. We're going to do some more Mezcals for Mezcal Monday. And we'll do lots more aging projects too. We're going to do and more aging experiments. And then we'll do the masterclass for developing a palette, which I think is going to be really cool. You'll take a t-shirt. Okay, I'll have to. Do we have somebody that's like a good t-shirt designer that wants to design a t-shirt? Someone's a good graphic design artist. If you design the PNG file and send it to me, I'll put it up on a t-shirt on Teespring so people can buy it and have them printed. I'm not that good of a graphic design person, but I know there's some good graphic designers out there. And if somebody wants to donate some time and put together a cool design for it, I'll put it up on Teespring so people can buy it. What is that? You can have quality tequila killing bad tequila on the t-shirt. Oh, that's true. Although that's kind of violent. We want to take a passive approach. We want to do a passive approach through education, not through slamming. We don't want to slam people. When you notice when I do a review, I never slam a brand. I might say this isn't for me. It's got bitterness, blah, blah, blah. You may like this if you like these type of things, but I never say it's trash, it's swamp water, or any of that stuff. I don't do that. I don't believe in slamming brands, but I will say that it doesn't suit me because some people may like it and I don't want to insult them, which is fine. So, what's the next TBAC exclusive? We have 2 coming out this month. We have the Carrera 54%. So the 108 proof Carrera Blanco is coming out this month. And we have a Yayo single barrel Reposado, which I just did the review on the Reposado. That's right, the Reposado. That should be here in the next week or two, probably. I need to check in with them to see if it's been shipped. I know it's supposed to be bottled, and it's supposed to be here this month, but they may have moved it to May. I don't know. I need to check. But those 2 should be coming in here really soon. So Yayo single barrel aged in Colombian rum barrels. Colombian dark rum barrels. Our barrel was really good. This was the sample bottle. It's gone already. But it's very good. It's so easy to drink. It's dangerous. You guys are going to love it. It's got these really neat tropical fruit banana notes and stuff in it. It's going to be really good. So those 2 are coming out. So we have those coming up. That'll keep people busy for a little while. I wanted to blend my Peralta aging project together. I have 1 bottle with French oak and 1 bottle with American oak. Do you think blending them would work out? Yeah, they should work out fine. I would just age one a little bit more than the other, and so you kind of have different strengths and stuff to deal with, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, Mark, glad you're back. Thoughts on Siembra Azul Lydia Hoven. I'm not familiar with the Lydia Hoven. I don't know. I haven't tried it. So if I get a bottle and try it, I'll let you know. Yeah, you can test it out with small amounts. Don't blend it all real together at one time. So I figured since the French oak is strong, I'd do more American oak than French oak. They're both strong. Yeah, one shot plus one shot plus one. Yeah, shot, etc. Yeah. They're both strong. The American oak and the French oak are equally strong, I believe. So I don't think one's going to overpower the other. Unless you want it to. If you age them both at the same time, they're going to be equally strong. It's just you're going to get, you have different notes with the French oak. It's a little sweeter and it has more of that butterscotch notes and stuff to it. Where the American oak is more of just caramel and vanilla and, Yeah, but it sounds good. I mean, I did like a Fortaleza winter blend where I did half and half. And it turned out great. But what I did is I put the American oak in and did 4 weeks with the American oak, and then put the French oak in and did 2 weeks with the French oak. Because I wanted more American oak than French, and the French just showed up nicely in there, just a little tad bit, and I think my Fortaleza winter blend came out better than the original, so it definitely tasted better for me. But it was like the original Fortaleza winter blend, where it's just French oak and American oak. It wasn't, the weird wines and beer and stuff that they did on other ones. All right, any other questions, any other comments, any other things you guys want to know about before we wrap this up for tonight? I'm so glad you guys came back and said hi and joined me tonight. It was good to be back. Good to see you, all my friends, again. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, supporting the collective, supporting the Tequila Hombre channel, and watching videos and commenting and liking and stuff. I really do appreciate that. And for those of you that are members, thank you for being a member of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. We have some great exclusive stuff coming in for you guys. And for those of you that are members of the YouTube channel, thank you for supporting the channel. And if you notice, I'm starting to put credits now with your names and stuff on it after the reviews and stuff. So, because I do appreciate you guys. So that being said, last call for any last comments or questions before we call it a night. And then we'll see you guys again on Thursday. We're going to change it to Thursday at 7 p.m. since everyone said Thursday's better. Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on the Hombre Cave. We'll do that. And it should be fun. So we'll start the masterclass in a couple weeks probably, but I'll do a first tasting video, and then we'll do our first live stream, but then we'll give you guys enough time to get whatever you need to join for the tasting class. So anxiously waiting for the we're all waiting for the Tequila Hombre edition. That's what it's called, the Tequila Hombre edition of Carrera. It'll come with a neck tag on it. It says Tequila Hombre approved on it. It's really cool, but it's the Tequila Hombre edition. I actually helped them develop the flavor profile for it, so it's really good. It's going to be amazing. You guys are it's going to be so good. But just make sure you don't just buy a bottle and then expect it to come back and not be gone, or buy multiple bottles at once, and then save yourself the heartache of, because we're buying it all. We'll have all of it, so you won't be able to find it anyplace else but for the collective, at least on the first batch, not until several months later. JCS says, good night, JCS Guitar. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Chris says, I'm glad you and the family are doing good. I was very happy when I got the alert that you were doing a live stream tonight. Thank you for trying my project. I appreciate the input. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your project. I appreciate you sending those to me to try. And I think you did really good with the G4. The G4 is great. it's delicious. So you did great. All right, guys. Like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following along here on the Hombre Cave and on the Tequila Hombre channel, and keep listening and keep trying some of the stuff that I recommend, and you'll be in great shape.